Welcome to the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name is David Wheatley. We're here to talk leadership in small, bite-sized and practical chunks. Enjoy. Hey there, welcome to another episode of the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name is David Wheatley, and we're going to talk briefly about a thing called stakeholder mapping today, and in particular using stakeholder mapping in a new role. This is something that I engage in my coaching work when somebody gets a new role, to get them to think about what success would look like for that new role. But you can actually apply it to a series of issues, problems, situations that you might be dealing with. This is really a way to help you identify what the greater good is. And if you're familiar with our book, What Great Teams Do Great, and the 4 choices of leadership, you'll know that greater good is one of the continuums that we try to emphasize, and that our care for the greater good is one of the most critical steps of leadership. So stakeholder mapping, the first thing to do is find yourself a big piece of paper or a mind mapping piece of software, and in the middle of it, the center bubble that you have there, just put the challenge, the situation, or your new role, whatever that may be, in the middle of it. And then radiating out from that, I want you to draw a line to separate bubbles, circles, for every person or group that you believe has a stake in the success of this role or this situation. Create a new bubble for each perspective. Don't worry about if you're thinking, well, maybe they're the same, just do one for each, and then we'll filter it out later on. Then once you've got all those stakeholders bubbles surrounding your issue or your new role, step into the shoes of each stakeholder. Look at your role from their perspective and identify what results they need from the situation. What's in it for me? If you don't know that, then that sets you up with a great opportunity to have a conversation. So, and ask them, what do they see as success for you in your new role, or what do they see as success for this situation or project? And then another byproduct question of that is ask them who else they see as a stakeholder, because you may not be aware of certain stakeholders. So once you've got the stakeholders and their WIFMs, their what's in it for me's, then this is a picture of your reality. And you need to, in order to be successful, you need to accomplish all of these. But you may notice that there's some conflicts, there's some challenges, people might see things differently. And so we have to reconcile those together. And that may require us to bring some people together and say, hey, you want A and you want B, and they're incompatible. Let's look at how we can come up with a solution that works for everybody here, and so that I can achieve that. Also may show you some of the tensions that you might have surrounding your new role. Once you've got these WIFMs, one good idea is to summarize them down to 4 to 10 results that capture the needs of all stakeholders, and then define those needs with metrics and targets. And this will pretty much set you up for what you have to achieve in order to meet all your stakeholders' needs. Share this with your stakeholders so that they have visibility to this reality and what success looks like. And if there's any kind of conflict, develop strategies to manage it. Whose needs will not be met, and how are you going to manage those potential those challenges, or work with those to overcome the tensions and the challenges. This takes the focus away from what my needs are and creates a clear picture of the reality. If you show everybody the map, they can see where they fit in with that. And you may find that some people say, oh, well, given what the rest of this is, my needs are not that accurate. Well, let's go with everybody else's instead. I was just saying that because off the top of my head, but when I see the full picture, your reality, I can see why that might change. And then you can update and adjust your stakeholder map as new information becomes apparent, or things change, or you get new stakeholders. And it's just a simple example. You can identify some free mind mapping software that might help you with this, but just going through those steps is a real simple way to get a picture of your reality. So just to look through those again, we're going to define a central bubble for our new role or a project. We're going to identify the people or groups who have a stake in the success of that situation, and identify a bubble for them, each of them radiating from that middle one. Then we're going to step into their shoes one at a time and identify what they see as the results that are necessary from my role or this situation. That's their WIFMs, their what's in it for me's. That's your reality. Summarize that set of WIFMs down to maybe 4 to 10 that capture the needs of all the stakeholders, and then define those clearly with metrics and targets so that you've got a clarity to those, a precision. and then share it with your stakeholders so they have visibility and can buy into what success looks like. I hope that's useful to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I've got a little handout, so if you send me an email, I can send you the one-page summary of that too. Thanks very much. Talk to you soon. That was the Humanergy Leadership Podcast. My name's David Wheatley. For further information about Humanergy, go to humanergy.com or check out our latest book, What Great Teams Do Great, from all good bookstores. Have a good one. Stay healthy.